Hey, hopefully you are having an amazing day. Today is what's today? Wednesday, November 20th. Earlier today, I delivered some blowing news to some of you. Some of you might have seen it, some of you might have not. But as I walk into our office here, I'm going to go ahead and share this video on page because this is important. This is important for everyone to know, because if you don't know, I've been living in a world of a lie. I myself have been a lie. I've been a fraud. I've been dishonest, and it's time to put it out there. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching this on replay, I want to make sure that you sincerely get this message and that it's clear to everyone what I'm talking about, because I don't want there to be any confusion about what I'm saying here, or any confusion about what's going on. So I'm here to deliver the good and the bad news to you. So the good and the bad news to you is that Max Cruz, okay, the person that you all thought was me, Max Cruz has died, okay? November 20th, 2019, Max Cruz is dead, okay? And you might be confused, you might be watching this and you might be saying, what the hell are you talking about? Well, let me fess up. First of all, let me flip over my screen. My name is not Max Cruz, okay? And I finally got the balls, I finally got the integrity, I finally got the God-given message that I am not Max Cruz, all right? Let me prove it to you. So I actually have two documents here, one of them which, unless you read Russian, you're not going to be able to read. But look at it right here. This is my birth certificate, okay? I was born in Moscow, Russia on September 10th, 1985, and my first name is Maxim. My second name is Franciscovich, and my last name is Cruz Paulino, which is my father's name, okay? So again, Max Cruz doesn't exist. My name is Maksim Cruz, okay? You want more proof in English? I'll show it to you in English, okay? Here we go. I don't care. I brought all the things up. This is my marriage certificate, okay? My name is Maxim Franciscovich Cruz. It's on my marriage certificate, okay? And I guess some of you still don't believe me, so give me a second here. Let's put all the big shots. I'm going all of this, all in. You either go all in or you do nothing. That's what you're supposed to do in life. So we're going all in here. So for security purposes, I don't know if you could see it, but right there, Maxim Cruz, okay? My credit cards. Oh, I like this one, capital one. Maxim Cruz, all right? Let's see this one. TD Bank. Let me just take out the numbers here so I don't get my identity stolen. Maxim Cruz. My name, for those that don't know me, is not Max Cruz. My name is Maxim Cruz, and after 25 years, actually 24 and a half years, I finally got the guts and the balls to live up to it and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to step into my greatness that the creator of this earth has brought me here to do as Maxim Cruz, and I'm going to live it and admit it. So let me go back and tell you my real story of how Max Cruz came out to be. Now, maybe you've seen the movie, Fight Club with Brad Pitt, right? Where the whole set of the movie is talking about how he's creating this mental character of all this stuff. Well, let me tell you exactly what happened. If you ever visit Russia, or if you know someone that's Russian, Maxim is a very, very popular Russian male name, right? But for those of you that don't know, I came to the United States when I was 10 years old, and again, I was this young kid Didn't speak a word of English. I learned English. And guess what? I used to be bullied in school a little bit. People used to call me Maxi Pad. Then we found out this magazine called Maxim. It was like a girl's bikini magazine, and people were always bullying my name, right? But guess what? Again, after 25 years, I finally decided to step into my name. So I have changed my social media profiles to say Maksim Cruz on it. I have changed my personal pages to say Maksim Cruz. I bought my domain, MaksimCruz.com, which we're going to build out because this is who I am. So when I arrived here at 10 years old, because people had trouble saying my name, I thought it was easier, and let me say, hey, let me make it easy for everyone. So people started calling me Max, and Max Cruz. It sounds pretty cool, like you're related to Tom Cruise. No, my name is Maxim, okay? And it took me 25 years of misbehaving, misdoing stuff, doing something that I'm not, doing something that is just not me, to create this Max Cruz identity, right? Max Cruz was an individual that is whatever, not even on my college degree. Max Cruz doesn't have a college degree. Maksim Cruz has a college degree, right? But I created this identity around Max Cruz of this individual that I thought I wanted to be, this individual that gets along with people, this individual that makes it easy for people to say his name, this individual that is a great human being and all this stuff. And that's all bullshit, okay? Maksim Cruz, when my parents brought me to this world, okay, they taught me a set of characteristics, the person that I should be. And that is who I am stepping into. Max Cruz has died as of this day. So from now on, if you're seeing me, you want to call me Max, that's fine. I'm still going to respond to it. But as you know, as a person, my name is Maksim Cruz, and I'm going to live as that person. About half an hour ago, I actually sat down and typed the first 2 pages of my book because I'm finally done with this whole thing. And I think there's a lot of people that are struggling with living into their name, living into who they are. I think a lot of us want somebody else's life. I think a lot of us think that the grass is greener on the other side. I think a lot of us feel that, hey, if I could just have what that person have, well, guess what? God has given you. You are here because you have a unique set of skills that only you have, okay? And until you actually step into that territory and start living that territory, you will not be able to explode the greatness of yourself and everything else that you have. So, again, this is an admission. This is a confession. I've been lying to you for the last 25 years. My name is Maksim Cruz, and I'm going to live up to that name as my creator wants it to be. So, where does this leave you and I moving forward? Well, we're going to see a lot of changes here. We're going to see a lot of changes, not only spiritually, not only physically, mentally. I have to get to know Maksim Cruz again, because again, I've been creating this Max Cruz image, this Max Cruz person of somebody that I think is this successful guy or this successful human being or whatever. And that's not who I am, okay? I am Maksim Cruz, and Maksim Cruz is more about influencing people. When Max Cruz died at about 10:54 this morning, one of the saddest things that I realized was that Max Cruz, throughout all of his time, throughout his 25 years on this earth, influenced very, very little people. And Maksim Cruz, myself, I am here because we all play a bigger game. I am here because somebody is going to hear a message throughout my lifetime, throughout Maksim Cruz's lifetime, and that person is going to be impacted and influenced in such a way that they are going to be able to say, just like, I'm not Tony Robbins, actually his name is Anthony Robbins, I'm not Grant Cardone, I'm not pretending to be any one of those guys. Those guys have their names. But Maksim Cruz has a message that you need to hear. And I don't know what that message is. I'm going to find it and I'm going to share it with you as I discover or rediscover this journey of myself. But what I can tell you is that Max Cruz was never going to live up to who Maksim Cruz is. Maksim Cruz is the being that God created to walk this earth, to deliver his message, to do something greater than himself that Max Cruz was never going to be able to fill. So again, Max Cruz was this character that I portrayed, that I played, that I strategically thought that you all wanted to see, but it wasn't me. It wasn't myself. And I know some of you might stop following me, some of you might stop watching me, but guess what? If you do that, I totally respect you and I appreciate you, and I appreciate the time that you spent with Max Cruz. But it's time to spend time with me. It's time to spend time with Maksim Cruz. It's time to really get down to the human connection of who we are and what we're here to do. And this message might be different than some of the things that you've seen here from me in the past, but I'm stepping into my greatness. And there's a lot of work that's going to come ahead, that's going to come into the future. And there's a lot of getting to know myself that I hope to share with you. And ultimately, the reason that I finally decided to step into this is because I think deep down inside of you, if you're watching this, you have something that you don't, maybe you do know what it is, and I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect you, but maybe you can't see it yet. You can't see yourself yet. And when you see yourself, when you find yourself and you start to step into yourself, things will start happening in your life that you can't explain. So stop trying to be like somebody else, because if you look at your name on your birth certificate, if you look at your name on your ID, if you look at your name on your credit cards, that's your name. Everyone else out there is already taken. So step into your name, live your name, proclaim your name, do the things that God has put you here on earth to do, and be influential to others, okay? Help others. And that is who Maksim Cruz is. Maksim Cruz is an individual that is here to help and influence others in a positive way. So when Maksim Cruz leaves this earth, when Maksim Cruz is no longer here, you know, somebody can have an impact on something that Maksim Cruz allowed to happen. And I believe that, and I proclaim it, and I'm going to live on it. So that's my confession. If you want to follow me, go ahead and check it out. I'm changing all my social media profiles. If you find some old stuff with Max Cruz, that is who I was trying to be, but Maksim Cruz is who I am. So all of my social media profiles, I gotta get updated to my real, true name, Maksim Cruz. My YouTube channel, I've already branded it as Maksim Cruz. So I've been struggling with this for a couple of months now, but again, you have to cut bridges, you have to cut ties with your old self if you want to make room for the new. And actually, it's funny because I was listening to a message from Steve Harvey, and he was sharing about how when he was younger, he had this old car parked in the driveway, and he kept on saying to his mother, "Hey mom, I'm gonna get a new car in a couple weeks. Hey mom, I'm gonna get a new car in a couple weeks when next time I get paid." And his mother used to keep on saying, actually his car wasn't even parked in the driveway, it was sitting on cylinder blocks. And he kept on saying, and his mother kept on saying, "Well, I know, but your old car is still out there." It wasn't until he made a decision to get his old car out of that place, clean up the lot, remove all the spilled oil and all the leaves and brush that was built up under the car. It wasn't until that time that he made room in the parking lot, in the driveway, in order to park his new car, that he got his new car. So if you're still living your old self, and there's a lot of things, I'm a Bible believer, there's a lot of things in the Bible about letting your old self go, becoming this new being through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So if you don't believe in that, that's fine. But ultimately, if you want to let your old self go, if you no longer want to be that person that is doing those things, that is making those mistakes, that is not figuring out where you fit in, and you want to do something greater, you need to make space, you need to make room for that. So you need to let your old self go. So again, Max Cruz has died. We won't have a funeral service because nobody will attend. And the reason that nobody will attend is because the impact wasn't big enough. But when Maksim Cruz dies, I'm actually in the process of writing my eulogy, because this is an interesting exercise that I think every entrepreneur should do. When Maksim Cruz dies, the things that will be said about Maksim Cruz, about how he influenced people in their lives, will be a lot more than Max Cruz. So again, Maksim Cruz is my name. If you want, go rewind the video, take a look at my birth certificates, take a look at my ID, take a look at my credit cards. I don't care, you know. I don't care at this point. I am Maksim Cruz, and I'm going to live my life as Maksim Cruz, okay? Max Cruz was a made-up person in my mind of who I thought you or somebody else wanted, but Max Cruz is not the person who I am. I am Maksim Cruz, and I will live this day forward as Maksim Cruz, stepping into my greatness. Hopefully with this message, you can step into your greatness as well and do amazing things here on this earth while you're here. Go dominate the day, do what you gotta do, step into your greatness, and thank you for watching this video. Max Cruz is dead, but Maksim Cruz is alive like never before. All right, let's go get it.